And so he pulled out of his dive, took it around, and then started again, and he's right in front of me. So they were shooting at him, undoubtedly, and got me. And everything filled with smoke, and I had to vent the cockpit in order to see. And I got that cleaned up, and I found myself about 10,000 feet with no power whatsoever. Engine was out. I had no electricity, no way of operating anything in the plane at all. When you lose stuff like that, you can't. Jets have boosters on your stuff, and with the stick, if you don't have that booster, you just have to really work on it to move it around. So I had to work on that, and I wanted to get as close as I could to the coast, because the Navy had a barge out there with helicopters on it to pick up the guys that were in trouble. So I figured if I get as close as I could to Wonsan, that would make it easy. But I was really going like a rock, because I had practically all my gas, all my fuel, and all my bombs. I couldn't get rid of them. So I'm going down there, and I figure, well, should I bail out? And I looked, and there was holes appearing in the wings. They were shooting at me. Made a good target because he was going pretty slow, and I figured that I'd better. They had some steel underneath the cockpit, and I figured that was a place to stay. And so I got rid of the canopy and got out of my parachute and cinched up my straps as much as I could and rode it in. And it was a hell of an experience. It just about hit a railroad embankment. I just barely got over it, and then it hit hard, broke my back. Really, you know, I felt like I was in a washing machine or a dryer. I was just going like, you know. And then I made the mistake of looking down to undo the straps, and it just burned the hell out of my face. And but I managed to get out of it. It was really pretty tough. But I was protected with everything and everything else. When I hit, my hard hat and under everything else came off. But I had gloves on and this poopy suit that you wore in case you went into the water to keep you from freezing to death. And that kept you going. So I got out of there and
so you landed on ground then?
Yeah, in a farmer's field deal, yeah. And so I got out and I waved my Mae West, which is a bright thing to keep you up on the top of the water if you go in there, at my guys, and they were way the hell up there. And they didn't see it at all, but all the people around me did, and they were shooting at. I was getting all over the place, so I decided that was something I wanted to get out of, and there was a little pit right by where my plane stopped. So I went back there and jumped in that, and I'm still looking for the helicopter to come get me. Should have been there. So I'm in there, and then this, and I can reach up, and here's a bomb right there. It was kind of like, I said, well, hell, if the thing goes, I go quick, you know. But I was looking out, and here's this kid walking along. I guess he was a small, little soldier of some sort, but he's going toward the wreck, and fire going. And he sees me, and evidently he wants me to give up. Well, I have a a 38 caliber, snub-nosed Smith & Wesson that I carried. It's loaded with tracers because they only, you can't hit anything with that damn thing. But if you got into the water or you went down at night, you could hit this thing and it would draw attention to him. So I pulled that thing out, waved it at him, and he disappears, and he comes back with all these soldiers. There's about 10 of them. And they're coming toward me, and I'm waving the gun at them. Probably the funniest thing was that I'd go down into this thing, into this pit, and I'd wait around, and it got real quiet. And I'd say, geez, I got to see what's going on, So I'd go up to peek out, and they'd be out there, and they'd shoot the hell out of me, and so you duck back down, and you'd wait, and it'd get quiet. I've got to see, So you go, and then I started laughing right there. I can remember doing that because a couple of nights before we saw a movie on the ship. It was called Sergeant York. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, that's my favorite movie.
Yeah. Well, that one set there where he's trying to shoot that damn turkey, and every time he gets ready, the turkey drops out, and so he gobbles. Turkey goes up. He shoots the guy his head off, and I felt like I felt like I was the turkey, and but it was funny. Anyway, they came and got me, and then we.
You're lucky they didn't shoot you then.
Yeah, I still don't know whether they were lousy shots or whether they're just trying to scare me so that I'd give up. I really don't know.